Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship. Warning.
Good afternoon, everyone in Rebel News land. Welcome to the live stream with myself, Andrew, and Lincoln J. I don't believe it's his last name either. Don't worry about that. Thanks for watching us on YouTube, Rumble, Super U, and Odyssey, where you can give us a hyper chat in cryptocurrency. Lincoln, on Rumble, you can give us the rants monetized chat now. If you guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want us to read on air, we will. It's one of the paid chats. And of course, our life on YouTube is limited, so we're going to give you, I think, one segment, just one tiny segment before we want you to switch over to Odyssey, Super U, or Rumble, or you can go to rebelnews.com always, or even /livestream for the uncensored live stream. Every single day you'll get the best link we have for you. So to start off, Lincoln, I want to talk about this crazy video out of Australia with Avi. He has, one of his reporters, or one of his cameramen was arrested. They left the camera on recording with the lens cap on, so you could just hear the audio. And basically the cops were discussing how they're going to make or create fake charges against them.
We think we have it bad here in Ontario, but Australia, it's just a different story.
Let's go ahead and play that video, Justin, for everyone, and then you guys are going to see how crazy it is.
Where I had to go, so I went to the
What about your mask, mate? Have you got an exemption?
For many months now, I've been telling you that police were manipulating our judicial system to quash dissent. I've come on here repeatedly explaining how they take summary offences like breaching a COVID restriction, which only carries a maximum fine penalty, and turns them into jailable crimes by bailing the people they want to silence. Some of you took my word for it. Others called me fake news because I lacked evidence. Until today. The explosive, unintentionally recorded footage you're about to see proves everything I've been saying. So please, sit back, watch these foolish COVID cops incriminate themselves, and then share this video for everyone to see what's really going on. This truly is an incredible story. A few weeks ago, on the 11th of August, Premier Daniel Andrews announced another extension to his 7-day snap lockdown. Yeah, we've seen a few of those, but protesters responded by breaking the lockdown and heading into the city. Now, that night, we were there to bring you the other side of the story. But so was another bloke, Marty Fokker. I've seen Marty at most lockdowns protests filming, which he then uploads online to various platforms to give people another perspective of what they see in the mainstream media. What happened to Marty Fokker at that event should be making headlines around the country, but no one's running it for some odd reason. Police confronted Marty and his friend for being further than 5Ks from their home, and after a short exchange, which ended with Marty pointing out the hypocrisy of those there enforcing the chief health officer directions, failing to comply themselves.
What about your mask, mate? Have you got an exemption?
Hang on, babe. So what have I done wrong?
You are outside your 5 kilometres.
He's not wrong. We've seen that all throughout this pandemic. But the next minute, Marty Fokker and his friend were arrested.
Turn that off? Yeah, I'll turn it off. Hang on. Let me turn it off.
So what you notice is Marty didn't actually stop the recording. He just put the covers on the 360 camera, which gave the arresting officers a false sense that it's suddenly safe to say the quiet part out loud. Have a listen to what the camera captured on the way to the station.
112, yeah, Kilo 112. So at this stage, what we'll do is enact a cordon around that group. We'll get Alpha 151 and Golf 152 with their GDs and mounted to set up around that group. And just give me confirmation of numbers in the protest.
So what it sounds like there is one of the arresting officers is calling ahead to the station, and they're spelling out the plan to trump up some charges. In a moment, you'll hear them explain the point of trumping up criminal charges that they don't even think will stick. But first, listen to the malicious intent.
That guy, Martin, his name was the camera, and the other one's the
Did you see any here at the Royal Police to transport a male and a female back to where? Mike and they can we do that. Where are they? Mike 550?
Yeah.
Yep, there you have it. They knew exactly who Marty was and that he was there to document their behaviour, not even to protest. And that hurt their egos, so they're going to abuse their emergency pandemic powers to arrest him. Then they're going to slap him with trumped-up charges because, watch.
So what's the plan? I suppose I reckon we'll
Yeah, Gillen once held for a
take this
CP.
position. I'm sort of more inclined to bail than in bail positions with them set up again with them sort of bail, I suppose, rather than just let them walk out the door. Feel happy with that? Yeah.
Oh, we don't want him just to walk out, even though that's the law. So what we'll do is we'll charge him with 2 criminal offences so we can impose bail. And now we'll be able to lock them up when they breach that bail.
To stop up some charges on bail and then what charges do they get? So bail to pay, chief profit.
From bar, give it a cloud
Just get a court withdrawn or,
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he just said? It's just bullshit anyways, and it'll get thrown out. That's it. That's a moment police officers are conspiring to prosecute maliciously, which is a crime, by the way. They're not even sure what charges. It doesn't matter because they know it won't stick or it'll get withdrawn. Their sole mission here is to impose bail that makes breaching the health directives a jailable offence. And by the way, that's the bail conditions that Marty is currently on, meaning if he's caught without a mask, outside his 5K, not using a QR code or any of the other CHO directives that change day by day, he won't just get a fine. They'll lock him up for breach of bail. That was the conspiracy cooked up by COVID cops and caught on camera.
Alpha 151, you're allowing clear.
When they finally do get to the police station, one officer, he realises they better check the camera.
Let's get a cover on anyway.
So, I'll explain to the others. It's very possible that they are using covert microphones. Even the bag.
It wasn't the hidden mic you need to worry about, old mate. It was that 360 camera you thought was off, but even when covered, caught your apparent criminal behaviour. And now the world is going to witness your corrupt misconduct.
Listen, Lincoln, as we all know, it's cameras from 1933, so they only record video, not audio. You like how it's got a cover on, so we have nothing to worry about. Any other thoughts on that? Like, this is obviously the inherent problem that being a police officer is. You have all this power, and they're literally just saying that we're going to get them on trumped-up charges so that we can arrest them at a later date, even though it's going to be thrown out.
Right off the bat, you see double standard with the police officer getting called out for not wearing a mask. He knows he's in the wrong, pulls his mask up right away, so...
It's a crazy time down there in Australia, and people are still... The crazy thing is that people are still going to defend the lockdowns so long as, case and death numbers stay low. So it's really weird where people become... It's like Stockholm Syndrome. You become so enamored with the people imposing these rules on you because you think it's for public safety that you start to agree with it. And before we get to too much controversy here, Lincoln, we have to say goodbye to the YouTube audience, producer Justin. Don't blame us, blame producer Justin. He's the one driving. People say Rebel News has these backdoor plans where we conspire to do all this, controlled opposition stuff. That's producer Justin doing all that. Just so you guys are aware, email him, producerjustin@hotmail.com. So we're going to say goodbye to YouTube. We're going to go over to Odyssey, Super U, and Rumble, where we can say whatever we want. Lincoln, I almost called you producer Lincoln. Where we can say whatever we want. So switch over there or go to rebelnews.com and follow the links there. So say goodbye to YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube.
I don't miss them. Do you miss them? No, neither do I. The next big topic, of course, in Ontario is that we've got new lovely vaccine passports coming. It was not 2 weeks ago, I think, that Doug Ford said that he doesn't believe in splitting society.
Surprise, surprise, he flip-flopped again.
Yeah.
Right?